has been VJ Samm with 2Ms. Peace out, everybody.
Hey everybody, it's Sam with 2Ms, and today I'm joined by the very talented ladies of the ACES.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi. How's everybody doing today? I know we're on opposite sides of the world right now, so the time zones are a little bit different. So how's everybody feeling today? How was your day today?
Feeling good?
Good. Yeah, we've just been taking a lot of interviews about the album and talking about how excited we are to put it out, and so we're doing good. Yeah, thanks for asking.
I'm so excited to hear. I know I feel like you're also very excited for the album, finally sharing it with all of us, especially after working so hard on it. And we're very, very excited in the Philippines too. I know so many people and so many of my friends are so hyped for the album too. So how does it feel that your music has not only been making waves like where you guys are from, but even from where I'm from, which is, very far from where you are?
Feels, like, so crazy to even have to say that. Like, I feel like that doesn't feel real to me at all.
Yeah.
I feel like we've been really like overwhelmed by the international like reception of the record so far. It's been like really exciting and like something that hasn't totally happened for us before now. So we feel really lucky.
Especially in the Philippines, I feel like we've noticed that you guys are consistently streaming and supporting, and I feel so grateful.
Totally.
I can definitely assure you that it's very much real. I've experienced it firsthand, seen it firsthand, including myself. So I love your music. I have been obsessed, obviously, with everything that you've been putting out, especially recently. Like, of course, I've loved you for so long. Made me feel like I was in a movie. But before we talk about the track itself, I do want to talk about, like I said, you've been working on this album and finally it's ready for everybody to hear. So how's it sunk in for all of you?
No. Definitely not. It's just been so far away for so long that it just kind of feels impossible to believe that it's actually here next week. And it's been done for a long time. So we've really been loving this music for so long. So it finally is coming out and feels like, whoa, I can't believe it's real.
We've been loving this music for so
We've loved it
long.
for so long.
That was a nice little plug.
We have.
It feels like such a interesting experience. Like, we've had it for so long and been digesting it and been listening to it, and it's so different once like everyone else can too. Like, even just releasing the singles, like, it's so fun to hear how people are relating to them and how people like them and which ones they like. So I'm really excited for that.
Yeah.
No more gatekeeping the album. We love it. We're gonna finally hear it. You're gonna finally share it with everybody. But I can imagine the process of creating this album was also very interesting for you. Especially like we've noticed your sound over the years also has matured a lot, which I think is really cool. And I do want to know, like, were there new things that you've learned about or you learned about each other or the music you wanted to create together while creating the album?
I think honestly, the main thing, I don't know if maybe learned, I think that like we just like our approach just changed a lot. I think that our approach to making music, our approach to everything we did just got a lot less intense, I think that coming from a small town in Utah and we don't come from anyone in the music, like our parents aren't in the music industry. We didn't know anything about the music industry before we entered it ourselves, and so there's like a lot of pressure to succeed, because there's a lot of people around you that don't understand what you're doing, that have never seen someone make a career out of it. Like, the entertainment industry is just this like very foreign thing. And so I think there was like, like there was no plan B for us, right? Like this had to work, and we really, really wanted it to work and really wanted to be successful. And so I think that our approach got a little rigid at times because we wanted it so bad. And I think with this record, we've settled into the work we've done and more been like, like we just really want to enjoy what we're doing, and we want to be present for what we're doing and not always be maybe wanting more. I think it's really easy and for anyone in life to not be present and always be looking to the next thing, to the next thing, to the next thing. And so with this record, I think what we really did that was different was we just really got inspired, and we really went back to our like our roots, why we started making music, why we love making music, and let that really be the guiding light of how we made this record, was just from a really an innocent place of loving music, of loving creation, of loving to make things with each other. And I think that that's one thing that like I've learned, is that like creativity doesn't have to feel so hard. It doesn't have to feel like you're like, you know, dying for it, bleeding for it. Like you can just let it flow through you and let yourself be inspired. And it feels like, you know, it's resonating on a different level than anything we've ever done before. And we enjoyed it so much. And that feels really gratifying.
I love that for you guys. Like, I can imagine. I feel like a lot of us, we feel a lot of pressure, especially with everything that we have going on. But to allow yourself to kind of let go a little bit more, kind of go with the flow of things and just let things happen organically, I think takes a lot of practice. But I'm happy that you reached that kind of point, which I feel like you said, we can definitely hear in what you've released so far from the album. Like, I've loved you for so long. I feel like that definitely reflects how you found, or like you refound your love for music and creating it with each other. I saw like you posted, one of you posted the story behind how the song was originally like inspired by past relationships in your life, and then you found out like, you know, you're in love with your band too. So I love that that was something that came with the album, and we can see it and hear it in the album. And I'm sure a lot of people are so excited for it. Like, when I've loved you for so long, like when the music video came out, like I said, made me feel like I was in a movie. Kind of reminded me of Perks of Being a Wallflower, you know, that scene, like
I love that.
yeah.
I feel like the whole album was like a big reminder of so many things, like a reminder of who we are and where we came from, a reminder of our relationship and the love between ourselves, and just like kind of, it was like a big reminder of kind of going back to our roots and our childhood and how we made music and our relationships then too.
Yeah, that was a big intention in making the record. Was I think a big part of the how this even came to be was like, you know, we started making it in the pandemic when we were putting out our second record. And because we couldn't go tour our second record, we had all this extra time on our hands, as the whole world did. And to kind of keep ourselves busy, we were like, I guess we should just like go into the studio and like try to be creative. We just finished this whole other record, so it felt really early to be even trying to make music at all really at that point, but it was just something to get out of the house. But I think that you know, I know that time and space that we got to make that record, I mean, this record couldn't really exist without that, because it gave us enough like actual stillness in our lives to be able to reflect on our past and really go there and really tell the stories of our teenage selves and reroute why we make music and why it's important to us. And that's where a lot of these stories came from. You know, it started out with a lot of present day anxieties and mental health struggles in our adult lives, and then kind of like tracing back to like the beginning, you know, and kind of really looking at our past and our story for what it is in a way that we never have before through our art. So I feel like that was a big product of having that downtime in the pandemic. And yeah, kind of like what Kenna was saying, it was just a total journey of rerouting and like where we come from and why we do what we do.
Like, now I can understand why you're so excited for everybody to hear it, because you've had you've been working on it for quite some time already. And yeah, like I feel like in the pandemic, a lot of us, obviously a pandemic sucks, I mean, it's not fun, but a lot of us got so many we learned so many new things about ourselves and the things that we wanted to do. And I feel like none of us would have thought that we'd live through a pandemic, but we did. We're here now, and now we have beautiful music that comes out of it, coming from the ACES. And that also makes me curious. You know, you said we keep going back to what you wanted to do with music together. What would like teenage you guys think about the music that you're creating? Like, if you could give advice to maybe your 14-year-old selves, what would it be?
I think I would just say like keep doing what you're doing, because you know, like all of that led to this currently. And I think that we, you know, I think when you're younger, you maybe like you're figuring yourself out, but you have like really good instincts. Like teenagers and kids have really good instincts, and a lot of the time they really like listen to themselves and they follow their instincts. And and I think that that's what we were doing, is like we were really following our instincts, and regardless of where we came from and how it was not, you know, common to be women and be in a band and stuff. We still like so badly wanted this. And so I would just be like, just keep going. Like it's gonna happen, and it'll happen over time, and it'll be so sweet as it happens and it unfolds, and it'll happen in its correct timing. But like just keep doing what you're doing, keep rehearsing, keep playing shows, keep at it, you know, because it's amounting to something really incredible that we're getting to experience together.
Sorry, I just like
I know.
my soul just like
She's great.
yeah, my soul just like awakened too, but also because of I totally agree. Like everything that you guys did in the past led you here. So shout out to your 14-year-old selves, you know, for not giving up, not throwing in the towel, and now we're here getting to celebrate the new album dropping very, very soon. But speaking of, I know it's not out just yet while we're talking, but I do want to know, what is everybody's favorite track off of the album? Ooh.
That was hard. I think one of my favorites like has always been Solo for me. I just really love that song. I think there's something about it that's like really always stuck with me, and so I'd say that's probably my favorite, or one of my favorites.
Yeah, I think a favorite for me is definitely, I mean, I literally every time we get asked this question, I change it because I just want to like say things about different songs. But I feel like Suburban Blues is one for me that like is very cathartic, and I often get emotional when I listen to that song because I feel like it really takes me back to that time being a teenager in that position, and I hope it can do that for other people that have either been through that in the past or are going through that right now. So I feel like that song's a really special one.
Yeah, I would say mine changes all the time too. I think to listen to it, I've loved you for so long, but since we've been learning them live, not the same, has actually surprised me how much I love playing that one live.
Yeah, I was gonna say mine's probably not the same or person. But yeah, not the same. I feel like I would just play that on repeat. Very healing song for me. I feel like Person is something is just so relatable. Like everyone has felt that way at some point. So I love both of those.
I'm so excited just hearing you talk about it. I feel like we're all relatively kind of the same age. I mean, I feel like we're in the same kind of age bracket. So to hear you feel these things about, you know, when you listen to your music, I'm so excited to feel those things too. I mean, feeling like a teenager is always great, you know, it's a period we can never go back to, but at least music can make us feel like we're back there. So I'm so excited for the album. Also so excited for you going on tour, like you know, you were saying a while ago, even learning these songs live, they hit different, I can imagine, and having to play them in front of other people is going to be so exciting too. So how excited are you to be sharing the album live also with everybody going on tour, and hopefully will we get to see the ACES in the Philippines one day?
Yes, that's definitely a huge priority for us to come over to the Philippines. And I think the live show for us is where everything kind of comes full circle. You know, we put so much love and effort into our live shows. We really love performing. And we've been doing it since we were really young. So I feel like, you know, after putting out a record and, you know, seeing people be excited about it online is one thing. We're always grateful for that. But when you actually show up to a room full of kids that like love your music and it's been soundtracking their lives and they know all the words and they're yelling them back at you, it's just like the most amazing payoff ever as an artist. And I feel lucky that we really genuinely love performing, because I know for some artists it's not that way, but I feel like it's our bread and butter, and we're just really excited to do it more and more places.
I'm so excited for you guys, especially to visit the Philippines. We love to sing, so I'm gonna hype the show right now for all of you. It's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be, the singing is gonna be on point. I can promise you that, and the energy is gonna be on point too. So we're manifesting the day, but till then, we are going to listen to the album on repeat until the day comes. And I'm so excited, and congratulations, of course, on the new album. I've loved you for so long, and thank you so much for chatting with me today, ladies. Thank you so much. It was great.
It was great to meet you. Thank you.